Yeah. You want to talk to the camera really quick? I don't know.
We're here ripping seats up.
We're officially starting the van build today.
Yes, we are, and the first task is to rip out the old seats, carpet, and get things ready. Take some measurements.
And I've got the help of my dad today, which is great. I'm not going to have to do this van build alone, so it's going to go much faster. Okay, so step one with the van was to get everything running and driving right. So I performed a bunch of maintenance and then installed a lot of extras in the dash area. First of all, we have a dash camera, and then I have this, which is just a GPS speedometer. It's nice because this is in kilometers per hour, and I'm already sick of doing math all the time, so it's nice to have that. And then I have charge current for my battery to battery charger. Even though the charger isn't installed yet, I have the current meter put in, and then indoor and outdoor temperature. And then this is a little switch that I will wire up to the battery to battery charger. Then I got a new Sony head unit with Apple CarPlay, which is nice because it has my maps and everything. Here's a microphone for the head unit. And then I repurposed this switch to work with the backup camera that I installed. So anytime I want, I can turn the camera on. This will turn the camera off when this switch is in the neutral position. And then with the switch down there, when I put the van in reverse, the camera turns on. And then we have coolant temperature, exhaust gas temperature, and turbo boost, which helps me just keep an eye on the vehicle's vitals while I am driving around. Can you tell I'm not a machinist? So I think my biggest anxiety with my van build is the solar system, so I'm going to do that first. I already did the design work, which is just like really ugly sketches that, yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I didn't just directly mount the solar panels to the roof. There are these support bars here, but they're actually not attached to the shell of the roof. So this roof shell is just one thin kind of dome-shaped piece of metal. So I really don't think it would hold up too well to a lot of weight. So that's why I really wanted to use the gutter mounts. Okay, I think I've figured out where I want to locate the fan. So, to be honest, it's kind of arbitrary, but at some point you gotta stop thinking and start doing, and I'm ready to get started on this. So, what I'm going to do now is tape off the hole, and then I'm going to drill a hole directly in the middle of where I think I want this to be and check it out on the roof. Okay, I think I've got everything measured. I'm doing all the measuring on the inside because it's hot outside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill pilot holes 1 centimeter in from the corner, and then I will get on the roof, cover this up so no metal filings come raining down on the inside, and then open up those holes to 20 millimeters in diameter. So we'll have nice rounded edges, and then I'll just connect the dots and hit it with the jigsaw. Yeah, we missed the mark a little bit. I think the tape made the drill bit walk a little bit, but there's so much flexibility built into this flange, it's no big deal. I'm gonna use these holes and not worry about it. I'm very aware that this is a disaster. Okay, the screws are too short. That's great. Sorry, please just keep holding. This isn't gonna work. Seriously, I'm out. This is how desperate I am. I've got the end of the tube. I'm just gonna squeeze it out. Well, we're done. Vent, solar, roof, sealed. I have to admit, that wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's funny, when I did this job on the Transit Connect, I filmed the whole job, and then for some reason I didn't wind up editing or posting that video. And I think the reason why is because it didn't go very well, and I was a little embarrassed by how much I struggled. So rather than learning those lessons, making that video, I struggled again and failed to learn the lessons and made a lot of the same mistakes again. The number one most difficult thing is trying to line up holes in the wooden frame, holes in the van, and holes in that flange. So you've got like a sandwich, you're trying to line up the holes and you can't see the holes because there's butyl tape over them. And it's basically just impossible, and it leads to a lot of swearing, and you can't reposition the butyl either. Once you set it on there, it's there. So I don't know, there's definitely a better way of doing that. Yeah, I think I would rather just do pilot holes in this wooden frame and then just screw into it, so that way you don't have at least as many alignment issues. So anyways, we got it done. It's not the prettiest job at all, but I don't think it's gonna leak, so we're moving on.